Hi guys, I'm James. Welcome back to my channel where I document what's occurring and what I'm up to here on my little allotment in Northamptonshire in the UK. So I have just brought up two of these Outsunny raised planters. I said before, if you've seen my other videos, the seating area that I'm building, I'm going to do like an L shape with these like raised planters on legs. Reason being, so sometimes my gran and my mum come up here. They've not got great mobility, especially my gran. So like, I'm thinking she can do some planting and some like weeding and gardening and stuff while she's sat down. Safer, so she doesn't stack it or anything basically. So I got 4 of these. They were 24 pounds ish from the range with free UK delivery. And they also had them on Amazon for £30. They have sold out now, I think, on both of those places. So I'm glad I got 4. But yeah, I'm going to try and set a couple up ready for Mother's Day. That's the first one open then. So I really hope it goes together easily. Trying to find the instructions, but they're well hidden. For some reason, they're not a booklet. They're printed on separate sheets. And we have, okay, 9 steps. That's not so bad. But I'm not a DIY person. I'm more a get someone else to do it for you person. This is how it's supposed to look when it's finished. So, step 1. So in with the instructions, in this bag, I seem to have some wood things, wooden corner caps, I think, and some dowels, and then different screws. It says 1, 2, and 3. The first thing I need is this, I think. Does it have any? Ah, C. C times 2. Okay, cool. Yes. So 2 of these. I need these. I need screws. K times 2. What? Nope, they're bits of wood. Okay, K. K. And the screws I need are 2. Okay, I've just got my screwdriver. Okay, so from looking at the picture, I think we do that there like that, and then that one up against it like that, and then these go along the inside to like hold the 2 pieces together, and then you screw them in like so. So those 2 pieces together, and then these wood bits screwed across the like gap to make it one big square. At least that's what I'm gathering from the instructions. If I'm wrong, please tell me. I'm pretty sure they go like that into the wood, like into the side bit, but the instructions are really vague, to be honest. So they could either lay that way or flat, and then you screw into these little planks, but the planks seem kind of thin. I feel like it's that. So that's what it's getting. Now watch me make an absolute meal out of this. Oh my god. There we go. Oh. There's one side. Oh my god, go in. Go in. Typical. All right, you. It starts chucking it down the second I start building something outside. So I'm going to have to move everything into the polytunnel and try and do them in there. That's going to be fun. I was hoping it might just be a quick downpour and then dry up, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So just going to see what I can get done in here in the polytunnel, the leaking, cramped polytunnel. Right, number 2, I need 2 A's, 2 B's, and 3 screws. 3 screws. 2B or not 2B, or 2 A's, tis the question. Okay. 1 B, 2 B's, and 2 A's. The 3 screws. Number 3. These. Okay, the huge ones. They connect to this. How is this going to work in here? So they go opposite sides, opposite corners. So B, blank side out. This kind of looks weird. I feel like it needs to go that way. Okay, so I've had a bit of a faff around trying to figure out the instructions. I think I've now got it right. So the A's and the B's, the legs, have holes in certain places, and then the inside has these slats. So I was like stood here with the B one, like, why won't it fit? That don't look right. And then I was like, oh yeah, there's A's. So the A is in now. So I'm just going to tighten it up a bit. I don't have an Allen key with me today, which was clever, but that's tight. And if I need to, I can just bring an Allen key up and do it next time. So now I've got 1 A in. I know from the instructions, the other A goes the other side. So the other opposite corner. A, here's another A. Okay. Okay, this should not be the most difficult part. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then the B's. The screw was kind of not tightening properly on that one, so I've just swapped the bolt. So I just swapped it for the bolt, and now it's a lot tighter. The last leg, literally. I just want to see if I've got any screws in the shack. Yes, because I want to add some, like an extra plank of wood to the bottom of it to make it more stable, because it kind of feels a bit flimsy. So as you can see, I've just put this old plank of wood along the bottom, just give it some more support, just because it felt a little bit flimsy in the middle bit. I didn't film putting it all together just because I've got no room in this polytunnel, so I couldn't find anywhere for you to be able to see it. But it has made it a lot better, a lot more sturdy. Right. Need a mallet. There we go. I've come back outside because it stopped raining at the moment and it was way too cramped in there. We are now on step 3. So I just have to put these 3 planks in, slot them in basically with some dowels. So it shouldn't be too hard. It says to use a mallet, a rubber mallet and not a metal hammer. So let me put my dowels in first. Okay, so this one goes in first. So it should slot in apparently, and it does not. Oh, kind of. It's a bit tight. Okay, it's gonna need a mallet, so I'm gonna try and be really gentle. That's one in, and then I need this one. It's getting very cold and dark now, so I'm really hoping I get this one done at least before midnight. Okay, so it's not finished yet, but it's dark now. I don't know if it picks it up on the camera, but it's like Edward Cullen's gonna come out and it's literally twilight. So going to head off because it's very cold and I'm hungry and I don't want to be smashing wood with a mallet at like 7 o'clock at night and getting complaints. So gonna head off now, guys, and probably come up tomorrow and at least get this one finished. So ciao for now. Hi guys, so I'm back on the allotment. It's the day after. Yeah, I did not get that thing done. I'm definitely not a builder, that's for sure. The weather is still grim. It's not raining at the moment, but it's meant to soon, so I'm not going to be here that long. I just want to get one built, just one done, and then I'm going to head off because it is freezing and it is wet. When I came into the polytunnel this morning, all of this, like the haphazard, like trying to keep it dry in here until I get the new cover on, that had literally collected all the rainwater. It was like pustules, it was grim. So they were just full and overflowing, and it was just stacking it out of there, and it collected all in my wheelbarrow. So the wheelbarrow saved it from soaking all the peas. So thank you, wheelbarrow. I love my wheelbarrow. It's the best wheelbarrow. First thing I want to do before I finish building the top bit is I want to get the feet tightened up because they are very loose. And yeah, something to remember, make sure the dowels line up as you're hammering it, because otherwise that happens. Okay, so I want to get the feet sorted first. After turning it over, I discovered that one of the bolts, this isn't the bolt that was meant to be in there, that's a screw that I've now got stuck in there, but the bolt thing didn't have, like the thing that screws on to like hold it on, I have no idea where that's gone, so that's why it was so loose. So I'm just going to do this instead for now. So I've just got this like L hinge thing, whatever they're called, so I'm going to like drill that into there to try and keep it on, and then I'm going to take the bolt that was in there to like B&Q and see if I can find nuts that fit. It's just spinning.
Approximately 10 hours later.
So I've gone around and tried to like tighten all the corner ones. They're kind of tight, I mean, see what occurs. And then I've put a couple of screws in this L thing, but I had an absolute mare doing it. So then I've put a long bolt all the way through there into this main bit of wood. So hopefully it will stay intact. I mean, the side panel things that I'm putting in seem to make it sturdier anyway. So I'm just going to get the last side in. Okay, so I've got my bits of wood. It's literally just a mirror of the other side. So let me do this one first. This one doesn't even want to go in at all. And I've learned from doing the other ones that it's kind of easier if you do the dowel into the one that's going to go down on the other one so that you can still see the hole. So you can see that it's going to line up. Otherwise you're kind of like on your knees trying to look up while you're doing it, see if it's going to go in. Okay, there's one. It's the top one because it's only got one hole. So this is next. And that's going to go down onto that one. Last one. Yep, that's going in. Done. The instructions are very vague, but I'm number 7. So I've got a bit of wood that goes like from that one to this. That lays in there. And then it doesn't say, but like you do. So there's these 2 side bits that then lay in, and then you drill them into like these bits. But it's confusing because there's some other holes. I mean, you'll see there's some other holes in the top things, which I'm assuming are drainage holes, but it doesn't tell you, which is helpful. Lay this in first. That's the nicest bit of the whole build. Why can't it all be that? And then these, the bases. So that needs to go this side because there's cutouts to fit the corners. So that's that side. And then that's that side. Oh, it's kind of exciting. It looks like an actual thing now. Uh-oh. Please fit. Uh-oh. No. Why won't it go in? Maybe it just needs... Back to me mallet. They kind of don't want to fit. Okay, I'm going to swap the sides round and see if that helps. Ah, no. It's that side. Oh, okay. Right, that's flat, that side now. They're still like, they still don't want to fit. It's better than it was. Yay! Yay! I have a thing. Okay, and I've immediately realised I've done that wrong. Because there's some like drill holes where you're meant to screw it in to the ridges. And the ridges are on these sides. So I'm going to be screwing into air. So now I've got to get them out again. Okay. And it makes sense because the planks on the bottom are running the same way then. Probably should have seen that, but... Oh, that went in a lot easier. Okay, and now then I screw into those bits, into the ledge. So the instructions don't say anything about these holes, but I assume they're drainage holes. Because I was thinking if you just leave it without any drainage, it's just going to rot. So that makes sense. I'm like really good at making stuff. I'm really good at building. I might just do it by hand because it's a difficult angle to get in with. There we go. That's on. And now I've got the liner. So let's see how big it is. Oh, it's got cutouts for the corners. I'm tempted to add my own liner as well though, just because it seems kind of thin. I've gone around and I've staple gunned the liner that came with it, and then I cut some of my own thicker liner as well and stapled that around. I don't think you actually have to staple gun it on, to be fair, because when you've got the caps on, which I've got to do next, and the soil in, it would hold itself down anyway. But I've just done that just to make it extra secure. And then on the feet, I've put some of this black tape, like the sort I used on the pea gutter, like duct tape stuff on the feet, just to like stop them getting really wet and rotting, because obviously they're wood. So I just tipped it upside down, put that on the legs, And when the weather's a bit better, I'm going to give it a paint. All the beds need painting, to be fair, including these, just to give them some extra protection from the elements. But now I've nearly finished. All I've got to do is put the caps on and then I'm done. Well, 1 of 4 is done. So these are just dowels. So there's no screwing, thank God. There's 1. There's 2. And it's done. Only took me 48 hours to build it, but it's done. I really like the height. The height's really good and it's really big. So I'm really happy with that. Yeah, I think my Gran's gonna like it. So then she can like sit down and be doing things in there. I've got some strawberries for her that I'm gonna plant in. And I think I'm going to get like some like hooks and attach them to the front and then put some like plastic gardening tools there and stuff, so that she doesn't have to like get up and wander around trying to find stuff. It's all just there. So yeah, really happy with this. And I would love to say that I'm like a handyman and I'm good at building stuff, but I think we can all see that's not really my forte. If I can build it, then anyone can build it. And then I've just got 3 more to build. But I won't film every step of that. Don't worry, I won't make you sit through 3 more versions of that. And I'm hoping now I've done 1 and I know the steps and I've made the mistakes the first time, they should go together a lot easier and a lot quicker. And I won't do it during a weekend of torrential downpour. Okay, thank you again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, seeing me have an absolute mare. And I hope you've learnt what not to do. So if you have enjoyed, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment so we can share ideas and tips and what everyone's up to in their gardens and their allotments and everything. And I will see you next time. Bye everyone.